Hey, Sarah Maree.
Hey guys,
Hey, Sarah Maree.
is this the most interesting interview that you guys have ever done?
Yeah, I'd
never-
say so. I mean, how beautiful is this location? Isn't this great?
This
My
is
mum
incredible.
saw Joe Cocker here and was sitting about where you are and climbed up onto the stage and kissed him.
Wow. Well, I would say that I wanted to do the same thing, but we've got some COVID rules that prevent that right now. Speaking of which, can I just say, you guys got unbelievably lucky at the start of the year. I honestly have it imprinted in my brain when you released your album, Friday the 13th of March.
I know.
And you had your gig at the Corner Hotel as well to launch Juveniles.
We did.
And then it was a week later that pretty much Melbourne was in lockdown.
It was the next day.
I'll tell you a funny story about that. In that we had multiple meetings with like management and the label and everything, and particularly Dame, our agent manager, was just kept going on. Guys, Friday the 13th is the worst date to put out music, and I was just like,
That's ridiculous.
"You're ridiculous. What is the absolute? What's the worst that could happen? Seriously, don't buy into."
Are
like,
you
the
blaming our record release date for coronavirus?
And he was just like, guys, it's bad juju, don't do it, blah, 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 trust me. And we were all just like, nah, Damo, you're an idiot, shut up. The world literally shut down on the day that we brought an album out. That's the worst that could happen, a pandemic.
But don't you think that that means that it's even better, the fact that you made it in, you didn't have to cancel this gig at the Corner Hotel and you got to release the album?
Yes, I don't know how to answer that. We were 3 shows into like a 22-date tour, and then we were off to Europe, and then America and South America. I mean, everyone's
And it's all cancelled.
everyone's had a lot of suffering, so we're not saying. I mean, everyone got put out, and everyone is put out. So yeah, I don't know. It's a funny year, isn't it?
I was actually concerned with the performing today because we do have to wear masks inside. And I've been wearing mine the whole time, but you were allowed to take yours off for the gig, although I did have questions about yours, Al.
Everyone's had questions. Everyone's gone, oh, the bandana's illegal. Might I add, there is a mask stitched, secured around my face, nose and mouth, because I always leave the house without one, and this is one way to secure one to my head permanently. Tie my bandana on with my mask sewn in
Yeah.
by hand,
Stitched by you.
stitched by me.
Can I
because-
place an order for one, please?
Absolutely.
I'll pay good money.
Absolutely.
So you've obviously found something to do during lockdown, and that is
Make my
stitching.
mask bandanas, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been here for lockdown. Ferg, I
have.
know that you've actually got to escape and head up north for a little bit while we have been in lockdown.
Yes, legally after the first lockdown, I went up to Queensland for 2 weeks, and then we just stayed because Melbourne was suffering a little bit. So yeah, I can't bond with everyone about going through the second lockdown. And I've got a bit of a tan, and people are going to spit at me in the streets.
That's
and,
all right.
So
It's okay.
we've
It's just the
been-
nature of your journey.
it's just the nature of my journey.
Al and I have tans too. They're
got-
just mask tan lines.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Does it
I
have
only
a-
put makeup on this half of my face. I'm saving money.
Underneath the teeth of like rotten.
I haven't flossed in 3 months.
lipstick brands
I've been
going
flossing.
under?
It's the new version of no pants, just nothing below here.
I heard a funny thing being like, it was referring to pants. Was I haven't worn hard pants
Hard pants.
in like 6 months.
Hard pants as
Like
opposed
jeans
to
are a
like
hard pant.
jeggings.
Nah,
Soft.
jeggings, surely is a jegging is a soft pant, isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's a very soft pant. That's
Yeah.
what I mean. So
Yeah, yeah.
people are just living in jeggings now. And
Totally,
then-
yeah, totally.
Okay.
Trackies and jeggings.
That's right.
This is a hard pant. That's a hard pant.
Yeah. Yeah. So Queensland was great. I went to go to the footy.
You got to
and
see my Tigers play.
I did. I saw.
Are you a Tiger supporter?
Hey, I work for Tigers.
Really?
I do their stadium announcing and hosting
You know,
when they are
when-
performing,
when I was going through
playing
mu-
at the G.
When I was going through music school, I worked at a shop called Blackbird. It was owned by Nathan Brown.
Oh, yeah.
So Brownie and I go way. He had the very first Kingswood EP before it was released, and he always used to play in the shop. Bless him. He was a very kind man to me. Got a big soft spot for Brownie.
There's a nice claim for Brownie. Wait, who do you barrack for?
The Bulldogs,
Oh, you're
which
a
he
jockey.
played for prior to.
Okay, so we've got a doggy supporter and a pie supporter
Yeah. And the doggies.
and a Richmond supporter. Look, I don't want to say that.
Hey, we'll see what happens after this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, this is between you guys. I'm long
I'm
gone.
glad that you did have some freedom up there in Queensland, though, because it has been difficult
Oh, absolutely.
for
Yeah.
so many reasons here in Melbourne and throughout Victoria particularly. Now, you guys are actually ambassadors for Movember who do a
You wouldn't-
phenomenal job.
You
Yeah.
wouldn't know, would you, though? Because of
Well,
halfway down.
You're doing a great
I
job
know.
now.
what? I'll
Yeah.
bring back though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I've got a mow under here too. You just don't know.
No one knows.
Can't see it, guys.
It's provocative.
It's lockdown. I don't need to do anything for anybody.
Right.
It's pro-lockdown.
But Movember is, of course, all about looking after men's health, physical and mental.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
for you, Al, how have you been going? Because you've actually been here.
Oh, I'm absolutely not gonna lie. Ferg will know because we're on the phone pretty much every second day. There are days where my patience, I find myself being very impatient, and I try and not be for the sake of other people because it has nothing to do with them. But and your ups and downs are incredibly polarized, as opposed to your normal fluctuations just seem to be exacerbated by everything. So I'm fine, like I'm delving into music a lot to console myself a lot more, which is great because it's a positive feedback and there's a good response, and I'm putting input into something that's giving me positive output. But at the same time, you do find yourself going down these inevitable wormholes of what's the point?
Yeah.
You know, which is tricky. It's really hard. I'm not gonna lie. I have really good sessions, and then I dip, and then I'll call Ferg, or I'll call Bray, or I'll call Joshy, and we'll discuss harmony or songs or just what we're into at the moment. I try not to go down like Netflix and phones and all that stuff. I'm trying to be quite tangible in what I'm engaging with.
And being
Books
productive.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
I did a little bit of that, and you just go into these holes of hours spent doing nothing and leave feeling this is so depressing, it's so terrible. But it's
It's important. It's honest.
They're
It
important.
is.
They're important things. I didn't feel good afterwards.
Oh,
Didn't feel like I
totally.
was contributing to something. I need to feel like I'm active. You
And
know?
that you're part of something, because
Totally.
we all need to feel like we have a purpose.
The purpose thing is huge.
Yeah.
This not have this for like a sense of self is challenges your existence. Really, it does. you
Yeah.
know?
And one thing I've noticed talking to people is that they almost feel guilty for expressing their emotions
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they feel as though that they are doing so much better than somebody else.
Yeah. Just if you have a good day.
Yeah.
If you have a good day and you get something done, you're like, I'm feeling all right, and then someone's just had a real shit time.
And then you feel like you
You
can't
do feel guilty.
say anything. It's like this survivor's guilt.
Yeah, it is. It's unusual. But
Yeah.
I love how Ferg's like, I don't know what
No,
you guys
I have no
but you
idea
should-
what
I've
you're
been in
doing.
Queensland.
I've been sunning myself.
No, but you shouldn't. It's one of the stigmas around like mental health is not feeling comfortable talking about it and being honest about it. And now you have not only not feeling comfortable talking about it, but feeling guilty about talking about it because so many others are doing worse.
Yeah.
But you can talk about it. You can say I'm sorry. Like you just then talking in an interview with Triple M about
Oh,
how you've been
absolutely.
suffering
Yeah,
is really inspirational because you should be talking like that with everyone and your friends and your family.
And Movember's we've done a whole bunch of stuff with them, and they do the May 8 thing as well. Mate,
Yeah.
do it, check in on a mate, or go mate states and all that sort of thing. And that's a philosophy that we've always employed, probably instinctively, I suppose, since I can remember. You know, so mateship and community is very, very important, particularly.
Yeah.
We've always had a very much like a family unit type bond between us. So
Yeah.
you do very much miss it. Even Jay, our original drummer, who doesn't tour with us anymore or play because he's got kids and he's being responsible and stuff. Like everyone's
being
always checking in.
responsible.
He's
He's
got human life forms.
yeah, he's a caring for other life.
Yeah. But, with the global pandemic, that really does unite so many people. And even though that you've been up north, Ferg,
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that you guys had just released an album.
Oh yeah.
You were meant to go on this massive tour,
Yeah.
travel internationally.
Yeah.
And so that's another way that that's affected you too. So how have you been able to go through this?
I think we've just put our head down and we've been trying to focus on different projects. We've got I mean, we're putting 2 records out this year from from music we've made in lockdown, which you'll hear about later. And there's like 2 to 3 other albums in the works. So we've just been like writing and trying to keep as busy as possible.
That is incredible.
Practicing like crazy, writing like crazy. And to Ferg's credit, everyone's like, Queensland, you had the freedom and all this stuff. As much as Ferg has like simple freedoms, still, his vocation's been removed. Can't tour, can't play, can't sing, we can't really get together anywhere, even if, like it's still tricky.
Yeah, and despite like the fact that I was thinking about it, the fact that we go away on tour all the time, it's generally not longer than like 3 months.
Yeah.
And I've been away for almost like 6 months now.
Yeah.
I was like, I think that's the longest I've been away from.
It's the longest I've not
Time.
seen you in real life since we were like 20.
12.
maybe,
12.
maybe more.
6 months you guys have been apart.
Maybe
Yeah, I
longer,
think
is
so.
it? It could be
A bit
longer.
Yeah, because the lockdown would have been 6 or 7.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is.
And honestly, I tip my hat to you guys for being able to have all those creative juices flowing and come up with so many new songs, which
Whoa.
I'm very excited to hear about.
Hopefully they're good, eh?
Yeah.
We don't
Sure
know.
they
We're just
are.
Well, we thank you guys for putting on this show, and we're able to get the lighting crew in and the soundies and give everyone a bit of work, which is amazing, which because no one has it.
And for bittersweet. I don't know, like I've done a couple of Triple M interviews with you guys and the gang and Becco and a few others, and those little things it's not a little thing at all. Getting your song played in the middle of a pandemic where things seem like they're on the road to nowhere.
It's never meant more because we don't get the gratification from a crowd or from a gig or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't get anything. There's no feedback other than now we've seen it on the footy. Some people will, and we just the WhatsApp lights up and the whole group's like, guys, no, it's like, and we are always like that, but it just is, it's huge. It's like, it means so much. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you for that as well. It's
Well, we
unreal.
love playing it. And we love the album. The album is phenomenal and such a gift as well.
Thank you.
Because there may be some people out there that don't realise that some thieves nearly got in the way
Oh,
of this album even coming to fruition.
This is
that guitar
a week ago.
a week ago,
Got one guitar back.
another
you
guitar
kidding?
back
You
from
got
that
another
thing.
one back.
Yeah.
And that was what, a year and a half ago when they
Can
got
I
stolen?
sum up very quickly how you got this one
Yeah,
back?
yeah, do it.
So we've been trying to chase them down for a while. We've got a few back. There's still one missing.
Wait, hang on. We need to backtrack because I think that there are some people that don't even realise
All right.
what happened
Our studio in
on
Collingwood
that terrible day.
was broken into, and a whole bunch of stuff got stolen.
5
including
guitars,
5 guitars.
Mellotrons, our album, in-ears,
Ears that are moulded.
Yeah.
molded
Your
in-ears
ears
that are useless,
that
that are really
Yeah.
expensive and useless for everyone
So
else.
we got a couple back. We tracked a few down. Some people who had bought them knew they were ours and sent them back.
I was dishing out cash to the window watchers on Victoria Parade. I'm not lying. They were so helpful. They were amazing. Bless
So
them.
two guitars still missing, and then Al the other week ago came up with this plan to advertise that he had the official certificates of authenticity for these 2 guitars, and saying, if you've got these guitars, you probably want these. I found them in a warehouse that was being cleared out. So anyone who had those guitars would have been like, oh, yeah, sick, I want the authenticity so I can sell it for more. And then they knocked on the door and said, oh, hi, I've got this guitar. And Al was like, thanks, bye.
The second guy who messaged through, who actually was a really lovely guy, had bought it unwittingly. And then kind of put it all together, and I got it back. It's a long story, but yeah.
I was going to say, is that entrapment? Because I feel like that's illegal.
It's definitely.
It is totally entrapment. But they were stolen goods, and they're my goods.
Yes.
That is unbelievable. So not only did you recover some guitars from cashies,
Yeah.
which I love,
Yeah.
but now you've got another guitar back.
Yeah. And it's like
Through entrapment.
it's a super special guitar for me.
Yeah.
This particular one, and it literally came back last week, and I was like, I'm playing it on the Triple M thing,
There's still one more.
100%. There's
We're
a gold
looking for
top
one
Les
more.
Paul.
One more
If
to
you're
go.
out there, serial number 67229.
Now, as you know, it is OzTober, where we celebrate all the Aussies that we know and love. And I wanted to ask, what is it about Cold Chisel that you love? Because there's got to be something extra special there, given that you had Mossy in one of your video clips.
We did. He played a drug dealer.
The love of Cold Chisel for me starts from Ferg, because I didn't really listen. I listened to jazz and stuff when I was like a super weird kid.
I've got better taste, guys. I listen to jazz.
I was that kid.
With a Cuban cigar.
I was totally that.
A great
and then
glass of red.
Well,
honestly,
part of the reason why you're such a talented musician, where when you were studying, like, you know, grade a million piano and
yeah,
stuff, and I was at pubs annoying bands singing K-San.
yeah, and
Is that what you sung while you were at Scouts?
No, not at Scouts. There was this one pub we used to go to every
Oh, I thought
Saturday
you
night.
said Cubs.
No.
Masks make it really
And
hard.
the band, the singer, and refused to do K-San because he just hated it. And so, but the band really wanted to do it. So I, at the end of the night, would get up and sing K-San with the band, and he hated my guts, obviously. But the whole crowd was like, we'd get into it, and well, me and my mates, I don't know how many people were there. But I ended up just doing that, and then it became like my party trick to just like sing K-San with whoever was playing it. And then now,
This
we're
is-
going to actually play it.
that's
properly.
before Kingswood though.
That's way before Kingswood.
And then Ferg was like, check out this album. It was the last tour. What is it, 1984? Is it called The Last Stand?
Yeah.
And I got onto it, and Ferg was like, here's the DVD, check it out, man, you're gonna love it. And I like, you know, to his credit, he was totally right. I put it on. Don Walker's there, and Mossy starts playing guitar, and I'm just like, oh, good lord, look at this guy. And became sort of obsessed. And then he was doing a 6 strings tour, his own tour, and Ferg and I would go and watch him, and he'd do like Bow River and whatever, just with an acoustic. And I remember getting him to sign my t-shirt and whatever, and just being like so chuffed. And then, you know, like that thing when you're super young or whatever. And then we grew up a bit and put the band together and all that. And one day we're just like, should we get Mossy in the video clip? He rides motorbikes. Because I'd written this thing in the paper about him. They were like, who is Australia's most underrated guitarist or the best or whatever it is. And I mentioned like Tommy Emmanuel, Ian Moss and a few others. And Mossy's wife read it and somehow got our number, and she called me and she was like, are you the one that wrote that nice thing about Ian in the paper? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, oh, that was really lovely of you. If you ever need anything, just let me know. And we were in Sydney filming a video clip at the time. And I was like, actually, now that you mention it, do you think Ian would want to ride his motorbike down in this video clip? And she goes, yeah, I think he'd love to do that. And
Yeah.
he did. He came and was in the video clip.
It's great. Micro Wall
and I
is
think
so good.
I think they sort of helped us navigate the formation of our band, because they've got 2 singers in the same way that we do, and I think it's pretty rare that bands take that on. And I think the Chisel
they're
was definitely
contributing.
inspiration.
Totally.
Yeah.
Al, Ferg, thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with me right in the middle of your set, so I'll let you guys jump back up on stage now.
Thanks, Maree.
Shall we
Thank
do
you
it?
for having us, Triple M, and thanks for watching, everyone, and tuning in.